What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Niner Sickness with the N.W.A. podcast here on Friday night. I am joined with my boy E-Man, and possibly we'll have Mr. Boston Hater himself if we can get a couple of technical difficulties on his side taken care of. But it is Friday, it is Friday, it is Friday. We're going to talk some football and we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk free agency. Some changes have been made to the roster, and we're going to break that down. Let me bring in my boy, Mr. E-Man. What's up, E-Man?
Hey, what's up? How's it going, everybody? I am back. Hope everybody's been great. Had a good week.
Oh, I started the
It's
wrong one.
time for football.
Hold on. Let's see if we can hear Boston Hater. Hold on, guys. Boston Hater, how you doing? Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Boston Hater?
I don't think you can.
Boston Hater. Roo-roo-roo.
Ruby doo? Nothing. Okay.
Okay, let's start this one more time, bro.
Just run me on audio, bro. Just call me on the phone.
Okay. All right.
What's up, Tom?
Sorry about that,
You can
guys.
just
Little bit of technical difficulties with the Boston Hater setup. We're going ahead and bring him on audibly on the phone so that he can be part of our show. Eric, do me a favor. As I take care of that, go ahead and talk to everybody here, brother.
Yeah, the only one I'm seeing right now is Tom.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Don't say that too loud.
He's not on the phone yet. Oh, he can hear us, though,
He can hear you.
huh?
Because I seen him already. He was looking at the show.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, we could hear him, but he couldn't hear us, so he'd just kind of be sitting there blank and whatnot. So that's
All right.
why
Give
he's
me a
just gonna
second. I'll
call
be
in.
right back, bro. You're gonna be solo, okay?
All right. How's things been going with you, Tom? I can't say who else is here, but we trying to get this stuff sorted out, guys. Just bear with us. Busy? Yeah. Next week's gonna be great though. I was telling the guys that pretty much NFL season really begins to kick off next week, but looks like it's been busy all the way up, and it's going to be busy all the way up until the start of season now because people are making their cuts and stuff. Yeah, just coming back from surgery, arthroscopic surgery on my ankle. They shaved the bone down. It was pressing down on my joint and something else. I don't nerves. So yeah, I've been dealing with it the last couple of years, and finally it just gets to the point where I just had it done, and hopefully this will help long term. Not a big fan. I started off trying to watch him and keep up with him, but uh, not really sold on some of the things that he says and whatnot. It just seems like he's one of those other people that are like the fans that come in and want to bring an unnecessary topic to the organization, like for instance, like signing J.J. Watt or something. That none of that makes any sense with the salary cap going down.
So, Eric, I'm back. Let's see if we can hear Nate real quick. Nate, can you hear us? Nate.
Hello.
Nate.
Is he on the phone?
Yeah, hold on, Nate. This is weird. Oh, that's not going to work.
But yeah, to answer your question,
Nate,
yeah,
if you can hear me, I'll call you right back.
Well, it just hurts.
Oh, shoot. I know why you couldn't hear me. Stupid. Go ahead, Eric. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh no, you're good. We're not out the window of that yet, Tom. As far as Dylan, Jimmy. I mean, there's different scenarios that justify
Hey, can
that.
you
But
hear us? Eric, can you
Hello?
hear it, Nate?
I don't hear nothing.
Now what happened? You don't hear Eric now?
Hello.
That is the weirdest. Hello?
Hello.
Eric, can I hear you?
I can hear you, but I don't hear nobody else.
That is the weirdest thing. All right, let's try something else.
All right.
This is interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
We'll get it working, guys. I apologize for the inconvenience. Boston Hitter just making things hard, but it's all good.
Yeah. I'm just kind of.
Oh, man.
I know there's some topics that we want to talk about as a whole group, so just kind of trying to steer clear of those for now. I know the guys have already talked about Marcel Harris and Ross Dwelly coming back. I think Marcel Harris coming back has a lot to do with Chikwasi Tart being a free agent as well. So if we can't secure him, I think that would be ideal to at least have that as a backup plan. Not necessarily one that you want to roll with, but
now I hear Eric.
There we go. What's up? I can hear you.
Hey, how's it going, man? Okay.
But yeah, not necessarily a path
Yeah.
I would want to go with, but somebody familiar with our system. Don't know if that system's going to be primarily the same rolling into the season, but I couldn't imagine it not being so if we're trying to retain the talent that we had on the outside.
Hmm?
I was talking about Marcel Harris and coming back as far as one of the reasons that we did sign him with Tart being a free agent. But I mean,
because we're desperate and he can't play football very well. That's probably why. Yeah, no. Here's our issue. Safety is not where we're really going to significantly upgrade this team during the offseason, unless it comes through the draft. You've got this group of safeties that are like higher end, that are way out of our price range. Guys like John Johnson, Marcus May, Anthony Harris, Justin Simmons, Marcus Williams. Yeah, all those guys are out of our price range. But then you got, if we decide to play defense like we did 2 years ago, where we were primarily cover 3, well, then maybe a guy like Keanu O'Neal from Atlanta might fit. But if we go to doing what we did last year, where we mixed up our coverages quite a bit. I mean, we're cover 4, cover 6, cover 3. He wouldn't fit that because he's a box safety. And a box safety primarily works in cover 3 because they can stay near the line of scrimmage most of the time. Probably not the kind of defense that, unless you have elite secondary talent that you really want to stick to, I think that mixing it up, especially if you've got people that are versatile, it probably works better. The only person that I can think of, and actually there's 2. One that scares me a bit by the name of Keshawn Gibson out of Chicago. He's very versatile. He would fit our scheme, and he would probably be okay because of his ability to keep that. He's a jack of all trades basically at the safety, but he gets hurt, and not to the level of the other guy, Malik Hooker, who's stayed injured, pretty much since he came in the league. And those are really the only 2 guys that could truly upgrade this team in a big way. So I wouldn't really put a lot of emphasis on free agent safeties. We probably need to more so address corner in my book. If we're going to go after a safety, it's bad enough it should be Tart.
Tom's. I don't know if you could
through the draft,
but Tom says, "Would you guys agree if we get a second pass rusher opposite Bosa, we can do with a mediocre secondary?"
Absolutely not. That's the worst thing you could do. But since we went to pass rush, since people are so enamored about pass rush, I'm gonna.
Not me.
As a matter of fact, you know what? Stop it. But I'm gonna give my whole thought process as it pertains to defense as a whole, and it goes against the 49ers way of building defense. They feel like you need to build from the defensive line. I actually feel just the opposite. And, in a salary cap stricken league that's pass happy, I'll explain why. One of the things that you will run into as it pertains to, just defenses that have long periods of being good defenses, they're primarily built from the secondary, especially in the cap era, because you can have the best pass rusher in the league out there. And if you can't cover, the ball can be gone as soon as he hits your 3-step drop because the guys can't cover. You got to have that back end to make those guys think. And when you look at the history, look at Seattle. Seattle had about a 5-year run of outstanding defense. It was because of coverage. Their pass rush rates were like in the bottom third of the league all the time. The Baltimore Ravens, with Ray Lewis, they had a 7-year run. Same thing. Coverage. They had high level coverage. They might have a pass rusher or something on these teams, usually not a great one, but a pretty good one. But most of it was because the guys were covered, and when you make quarterbacks think, they have to hold the ball. And that's the most important thing you can do, is have your guys make the quarterback hold the ball, because he can't get off his first read. And if he can't get off his second read, even better. But, even an average pass rusher becomes a problem at that point. So the most important thing that you can have up front is guys that can eat up blocks and real big time run stuffers. And if you can get some pass rush out of them to boot, even better. But just adding a pass rusher is not going to help basically a secondary that only can, as far as corners go, is Emmanuel Mosley. Yeah, he just signed today. So, he had an offer. He has an agreement. He hasn't officially signed, but he's going to be a Niner for the next 2 years. So,
which can't be mad about that. He's
absolutely not. He's played pretty well, even though he only started 8 games last year, as I recall. Yeah.
He battled concussion. I mean, it's not like he's. I mean, outside of that, I mean, he's played well for us. So, I mean, I can't really be upset that it's like, it happens. I just hope that
I'm good with him.
I hope that we can secure other parts of our secondary. Yeah, I know that we're so big on wanting to sign Trent Williams back, but we have to have a plan going in if we can't land Trent Williams as far as that goes.
Funny you bring that up. We do have other options at tackle in free agency. First of all, one of the guys that I would be very interested in if we are not able to pull Trent Williams is Carolina's right tackle, Taylor Moton. He's a free agent. They did not tag him. He was an effective run blocker. He wasn't the level of road grader that Williams is, but he in pass protection actually rated a little bit higher than Trent. So he would be a good, and plus he's 26 years old. So he would definitely be my plan B to Trent Williams. And honestly, if we could get him cheaper, like $4 or $5 million a year cheaper, he might be my plan A. Because if we can get an effective tackle that's gonna pass protect well and run block well, but just not be, the best run blocker in the league, I'm good with that. And you can actually take that $4 to $5 million a year and put it somewhere else. So I'm not totally opposed to that. I would really want Trent back, but yeah, that's another option, and it's not a bad one.
There was a couple of names. A couple of different players that came up as far as free agency goes that were recently let go from their teams, like Riley Reeve from the Vikings or Eric Fisher from the Chiefs. Definitely not as high up as a player, but caliber of Moton, of course. I would definitely agree that moving, either moving McGlinchey to left or having him play left. I think McGlinchey would make sense to go on the left side because he does have experience playing left tackle, and we probably could get him at a cheaper price. I just think that I think it's going to be hard to keep everybody in the secondary if we do land Trent Williams, though. I think we're going to lose. I mean, I'm not worried about Sherman. We already knew that he was gone, but talking about K'Wan Williams.
Well, we're all over the place now. Hold on. First things first. Hold on. We're on defensive line, defensive back. Hold on, man. They're jumping all over the place. Also, on that line, we got Rick Wagner from Green Bay, who would be a good scheme fit. He would definitely, fall into place, and he's probably somebody that could, right the ship over there for a year or two. So that's another option if plan A and B fail. Some of them other guys, the Fishers and those guys, they've proven that they're pretty unreliable, for the most part. So,
well, if we don't get I see that Ben Garland's also a free agent too. So I mean, I know that center was one of the other positions we were kind of looking at.
well,
Got, of
everything
course,
is relative.
Alex
Center,
Mack, Corey
Ben
Linsley
Garland.
for the Packers.
Yeah,
And there's no shutting the door on Ben Garland either. He could come back.
Sure. Ben Garland, the thing about it is Alex Mack and Ben Garland might be about the same player right now. Alex Mack has regressed year after year from about 2017 on. So I don't know. Here's the problem. If you get an Alex Mack, he's probably going to cost you, I don't know, somewhere between about $6 and $8 million is my guess. Where Ben Garland will probably cost you $3. Alex Mack, $3 to $5 million better than Ben Garland right now. So. I don't either, but I can tell you where, if you get Alex Mack closer to a Ben Garland number, where he makes sense, even if they're comparable, is the fact that he is high level when it comes to reading defenses and making those line calls, and that would take a lot of heat off of our quarterback. So
yeah, we definitely need that with. But I mean, given the fact that Jimmy's been hurt or whatever, I don't take a side that it's entirely our offensive line's fault that Jimmy's been hurt. I mean, if you look at when he tore his ACL, that was him scrambling for a first down, or when his leg or ankle got rolled up on. Totally, we can't sit there and put the blame on, hey, it's our offensive line. That's the reason that Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. No, Jimmy just had some unfortunate luck as far as playing the position. Really bad luck.
That's true. That's 100% true.
I firmly believe that with our line being, if we put those same guys back in the line, I firmly believe that he can stand strong behind that line still, and we can run strong behind the line. So we just got to stay healthy this year.
As it pertains to, you mentioned a couple of names. You mentioned Mack and Lindsey. You did not mention, and I don't like mentioning him because of where he's from, David Andrews. Well, when you talk about Lindsey and Andrews, they're kind of high-priced guys. I can only see them even being possibilities if we fail on Trent Williams. Other than that, I can't really see us being able to afford to pay for those guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's like I said. I mean, we're just falling through the acts of pretty much like, where do you look at now that if Trent Williams doesn't fall through, which I'm hoping that we do retain Trent Williams and keep our offensive line intact. I mean, of course, if that persists, then we're gonna have to look into other aspects as far as defense goes. But definitely would like to see our offense completely healthy for one season.
Yeah. I guess we also have issues. There's just 16 games of guys out on the field would make our team much better anyway. Another issue we have is right guard. And, we could probably hang there a little bit better if it wasn't for the fact that we have, guys shuttling in and out of there. We can't keep a guy in that spot for 16 games, which has been our center issue as well. There's 2 centers that are in free agency that are way out of our reach. So I'll just go ahead and run their names out there. That's Brandon Sheriff from Washington, and Joe Thuney from New England. I'm not, those guys aren't even close. Those guys are going to be making somewhere in the neighborhood of, 17 to 20 million to play guard. So you can forget that. Guard is not really a place that we're going to be able to upgrade through free agency. So we're probably going to be better served to maybe draft a guard somewhere in the draft and go with what we have and hope that we can get some consistency at that position. And that will make us better altogether at that position.
Well, I mean, yeah, we still have McKivitz. We just re-signed Brunskill. Yeah, I'd love to be able to upgrade that position. I think the idea was is we haven't had consistent play out of our center, so we can't really see what we have at right guard because he's been playing center or somewhere else the whole season.
Yeah. What we need more than anything on that line, if we secure Williams, is consistency. I don't know that it really bodes well to go out getting other players, additional players, if you're not going to get them through the draft, especially at the guard position, because there's just really, you would spend a ton, or you're really not upgrading and doing it. All you're doing is paying more money for what could essentially be the same thing. Like, for instance, Buffalo, John Feliciano. He's kind of versatile. He can play guard and center, but he doesn't pass protect very well. He's an excellent run blocker. Is that really an upgrade for us? I don't think so. But we'll pay him more than anybody we have now, other than broken down Richburg, who may never play again.
Well, the other thing. Yeah, because he was making around $3 million, I think, last year. So, that could be another option. Feliciano.
Who?
Feliciano.
No, Feliciano is who I just said hell no to, basically. But okay, you go your way on that. I disagree. Feliciano can't pass protect. Why am I gonna? He's gonna make more.
Yeah, he's making. That's what I'm saying. Is he's making more than the right guard that we just re-signed, pretty much.
Yeah, and he's gonna make more. His salary's not going down. Yeah. So, in the event, that's about all I got on the defensive line.
Well, I think Eric.
Actually, offensive line.
Yeah, offensive.
What did you say, Beto?
No, I think Eric has to take care of something real quick. Are you all right there, Eric?
I'm good. My wife and my son's tooth kind of has finally lost his tooth.
You want to attend to that? Boston Hitter will take you from here until you get back, or you good to go?
I'm good.
All right, just making sure, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good.
There is one position that I feel like we could really go after some players and really upgrade our team. That's corner.
Yeah. Here's what I'm afraid of us doing. This has been one of my concerns, is not getting Trent Williams, not addressing it in free agency, and drafting a left tackle with our first pick. That kind of,
yeah, that has nothing to do with corner. That's nice, but
well, no, we were still on offense. We were still on offensive line.
Were?
I didn't.
Oh, go ahead.
But no, we can go to corner. That's cool.
Tell him, Eric. Tell him.
Yeah.
Don't let him bully you.
But no,
Yeah, doesn't matter.
but no, that has been my biggest concern is that we don't get Trent Williams back, and
Trent Williams is gonna sign, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that.
Me neither.
Yeah,
He needs to
I'll
hurry
tell
up,
you what
yeah.
I am worried about. I'm worried about them doing this. Getting Trent Williams, getting Jason Verrett, and getting Alex Mack and not doing a damn thing else. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, we gotta replenish that secondary. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
But if they sign Trent, which I believe they will, they get Jason Verrett and Emmanuel Mosley back there. I don't think we need to. I don't know about you guys, honestly. I think we can rock if we can get a good backup for Jimmy G. I think we can have a good year with a healthy Jimmy G. Praying that he stays healthy, and we can definitely with those two first picks in the round, we can get corners, man. We need corners.
I kind of want us. I do want us to bring Jamar Taylor back.
Because there's no corners in free agency that we can bring, is there?
Just our own.
Of course there is.
No, yes, they're available, but for our price.
Yes.
Okay, who are they? Because I'm not really following that right now.
Okay, well, first of all, you don't have a slot corner. You have no corner. You have Emmanuel Mosley. That's all you have. So what you're going to need to do is come up with a way to get 2 or 3 bodies out of this free agency, and then maybe 1 or 2 out of the you need 5 guys. You got 1. You need 5 more. So one of the names that comes to mind, especially when we talk about slot, if we're not able to retain Williams, is Mike Hilton is the first name that comes to mind. Pittsburgh. He's definitely, of the free agents that are out there, he's the most versatile. You know, he's looking at Pittsburgh. They run a lot of that pattern match stuff that we run. He's very good in coverage. He's not quite the tackler that K1 is, but he's decent there. And, you know, he's probably better in coverage than K1. So I would definitely like them to look that way if they are not able to keep Williams.
What do you think about Shaquille Griffin as far as corner goes?
Yeah, that's the outside. But yeah, Shaquille Griffin, the thing you got to worry about with Shaquille Griffin is Shaquille Griffin probably is the guy that you would go after if you didn't sign Jason Verrett. Now, I think that Jason Verrett should be cheaper than people are believing he will be.
Mm-hmm. I agree on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and if he is, then that still leaves us the opportunity to maybe grab somebody else. See, the thing about it is we have some of these older guys like K1 Williams. He's 29. I mean, you want somebody 2 or 3 years younger that can kind of give you some good play at that position, because you can stretch that contract out and you can minimize the cap hit this year where you can push it down the road, you know? So Hilton being a couple of years younger, you know, Desmond King is one that I think about too, but you know what worries me about him is just the way that San Diego gave him up for nothing to Tennessee. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, what's wrong with him? I don't really know, but I'm it kind of makes me leery on him.
Yeah, and I know that I know we signed Mark Fields from the Texans. I don't really know too much about him as far as, because I didn't really watch a lot of
not a lot to
I think he's
talk about.
Probably more just a camp body than anything.
It's what he feels like.
You're coming in kind of fuzzy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
staticky.
It sounds fine. Really? I hear him fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But
That's weird.
there's also somebody that probably fits Will and would be in our price range that people are not thinking of. Chidobe Awuzie from Dallas. He's 25. He plays really well in zone. He fits our scheme, and he'd be in our price range. And I think he'll be.
Okay, we're back
They're
on.
asking if they should.
We're back
I'm
on.
answering them.
We're back on.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
just let you know that way you don't say anything. All right, guys. Sorry about that, guys. We had a little bit of technical difficulties on my side. Internet, for some reason, decided to reset itself on its own. Tonight's definitely the night for technical difficulties, man. So we apologize in advance. Eric, feel free to come back in, bro. I see him in the topics. If we only had, well, not everybody can have Boston Haters internet.
Okay.
Hold on, bro. Let me bring him in.
All right.
Eric, sorry about that, bro. That's why he was breaking up, because my internet was resetting itself, and that's why you couldn't hear
That's okay.
Boston Hater that well. Yeah, he was saying that you sounded robotic, but he was, because the internet was cutting out. That's why he was not able to hear you. But since you're on my phone, I was hearing you fine. So
Yeah.
Okay, so we are continuing where we left off. One thing I like about Ecamm, it didn't, even though I reset everything, we're good to go.
Yeah, we were actually wrapping up the D-backs, and I was going to say we could look at the defensive line, because I know that somebody brought up defensive line, and I have my thoughts about defensive line because, first of all, we have put entirely too many resources into defensive line, and the thing is, we're just not getting the output. We're getting enough, I feel. I would just prefer if we could get a little more beef in the interior and, fill some of them run holes. That would be something I would want more. A little bit of juice on the outside wouldn't hurt either. I kind of have a guy in mind, and I'm willing to bet you none of you are going to think of who it is.
I haven't really looked at defensive line. With all the focus on the offensive line and the secondary, I haven't really taken a thought as far as, defensive line. But
I'll be right back, Eric.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
give me a team.
I'll
Give me a
run with
team,
it.
and I'll.
If I gave you the team, you probably couldn't name it. Arizona. Good luck.
Arizona.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Yeah. The name is Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick is been put in the wrong damn position. They've got him playing off-ball linebacker. This dude is a pass rusher. I mean, when you look at him, when he gets those pass snaps, the one-on-ones and the one-on-two, there's only two guys in the last 2 years who are more effective. The thing is, he doesn't get the opportunity, but that are more effective than him in the last 2 years. And that's one guy that I pulled out of the hat a couple of years ago that we didn't. Shaq Barrett and Carl Lawson are the only ones rated higher than him. So I'm like, they're sleeping on this guy. And they got him wandering out there in free agency. Just like when they buried Shaq Barrett in Denver because they drafted a pass rusher and people forgot all about him. They slept on him. He wasn't getting his reps. He got out there. Voila.
And they just signed J.J. Watt, so obviously they don't. Yeah.
Oh no, they don't even know what they have. They don't know what they have. It's ridiculous. I would get him. I'd snatch him up.
Some of Some of the fans are mentioning
he might be a little pricey.
Some of the people are mentioning Alden Smith, but I don't see that reunion happening.
Yeah, that's laughable. Yeah, no.
I don't think that's going to happen. He's burned too many bridges in San Fran.
Yeah. One of the things people need to realize about our team is, even though he might have got his act together, it's the same owner. He's got the same stench here. He's not going to be welcomed back here as long as we're under this ownership group. I don't see it. But I'm not really that high on him. He started the year really strong, and then he kind of tapered off. So
yeah, that's actually a position that I think we can kind of gain depth in the draft. We got 10 picks. I mean, we need more bodies more than I would say.
But not edge rusher. I mean, interior. There's some guys on the interior that I think. I mean, first of all, bring back DJ Jones. Yeah, I'm with that. Maybe Kevin Gibbons. The one guy that really, I think another guy who's hidden on a very good defensive line that would probably be a heck of a fit. Roy Robertson Harris, Chicago Bears. He didn't play much, but he's one of those inside guys. He's a big, tall, being the defensive tackle, weighing just under 300 pounds. He's about 6'7". So basically, he's got that like an Eric Armstead type physique. I would definitely consider him as a D tackle. I don't want to spend a lot of money on that position because I feel like that's something that if we don't address it in it, we have one guy. We have Kinlaw. We're good there. Armstead is kind of all over the place.
And he had to play a lot out of position last year too. Given, I mean,
yeah. So, I want to have that group of guys inside. I'd love to have all three of them, Jones, Gibbons, and Robertson Harris. None of them are going to cost us a lot, and it gives us a lot of depth on the interior, especially if we can keep them healthy. God forbid we get injuries again.
Yeah, DJ Jones has been one of those ones that's kind of been hurt and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we cut ties with, I know Blair's on the outside, but he was another guy on that line that just, I was hoping he would come back healthy and play.
Well, and we released Ronald Blair. So that's defensive end. But he never got healthy.
No, he didn't.
He got hurt. He got hurt back in November of not this season, but the season before, and 19, then he had a setback in the rehab and never played at all after that. So, yeah, he's been out nearly a year and a half now, and so they let him go. I don't know what his health is like. Trying to think of who else we had. Oh, Kerry Hyder. Someone's going to overpay him for those sack numbers, and he's not very good. I'm just going to be frank. Those numbers are a fluke. He does not rush the passer consistently. He is not one that pushes consistent pressure. He was just somebody who got lucky and got back there, and a high number of the times he got back there, and some of those sacks he was unblocked. He wasn't even creating pressure. He has hardly any pressure compared to the number of sacks he got there. I mean, the numbers are almost similar. So I don't like him. I mean, he would be nice if you were talking about like a rotational backup guy and he would get rotational backup money. But someone's going to overpay for those sack numbers.
Yeah,
So,
he's
yeah,
not gonna get the
he's one of
rotational
those
pay.
guys. Get a bunch of money and thanks for the compensatory pick. See you later. Bye. Yeah,
He can
I have
head
no
on
interest
over
in
to
Kerry Hyder.
he can head on over to the Jets and pair back up with Robert Saleh
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Or go to
wherever.
Texans.
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
And then you got people like this left. There's not really a lot to go after. Hassan Reddick is that diamond in the rough that I would definitely take a run at. Like Carlos Dunlap, I'm not messing with him. Yeah, he's a name. He's not the player he used to be. Tack McKinley wasn't that good even when he was playing and he wasn't hurt. Melvin Ingram, he's probably going to be out of our price range. He's going to be expensive.
Yeah, he's definitely out of our price range.
Yeah. Here's another one. That cat from Detroit, Romeo Okwara. But he doesn't have enough history for me. You know, if he was inexpensive, I would take a run at him. But I mean, the guy's only got a half season of production. Yeah, that could be fool's gold. I don't know if I'm willing to really chase after him. The price would have to be right. Yeah, I don't see it being right.
No, probably not.
So
yeah, we'll just have to see how things shake up here in the next few days here. I mean, yeah, we sit there and say that it's going to start, roughly it's going to start March 17th, but it's not going to be over that same day either. So.
Oh no, there's going to be a couple of different things.
Yeah,
it's going to be very weird because first off, some of these guys we think are like going to get these high-end salaries. Some of them they're going to miss the boat just because, with the cap issues, they're going to have guys out there that you would normally not have out there. And, some of them will get snatched up, some of them won't. So.
Yeah, I think it's going to be they're going to be wanting that pay this year, and it's not going to be quite what they expect it to be. And then you're going to see more people getting cut from these football teams because of cap issues and whatnot.
Oh yeah, for sure. You got some teams that are way over the cap. Yeah. Now, kind of getting deep into this. All right, Eric, this is what I want to know. If you were doing this and you were the GM, you were calling the shots, what route would you take with free agency? And I mean, it might not be something that happened, but it's your idea. What would you do?
Okay. I would heavily pursue Trent Williams. If the number's not right, I would let him roll and try to make a splash as far as that goes. But my main priority is going to be retaining as much of that secondary as I could. K'Waun Williams, Jamar Taylor, maybe even Tart on the cheap. Some of the rotational guys that we had that were cheap assets. Not talking about Anza, of course, but like Deion Jordan. If we can't get an upgraded rotational guy, maybe bringing those back just to beat bodies. Juice, maybe time for Juice to roll. Depends on the cost. Buy Kendrick Bourne. Maybe look into another. And Trent Taylor too. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Let Coleman roll. Let McKinnon roll. Don't bring in none of those players back.
Oh, I wouldn't even brought them up. Yeah, I wouldn't even thought about
you
that
know,
name.
an interesting player that that kind of comes to my mind is Adam Humphries for some reason. Um, as
Okay.
far as playing the slot for us, that would be, but it would have to be a right price.
Mhm.
Kind of like what we wanted
Okay.
from Trent Taylor, but just didn't get the production. I was looking at him being more like a kind of a Walker for us, Wes Walker or something, but be interesting to see.
All right. Now, okay, that doesn't sound bad. I mean, that's a lot better than, like I said, what I'm really worried about is the Niners signing Williams, signing Verrett, signing Alex Mack, and sitting on their hands and waiting for the draft. I hope not. And that's the majority of what they do.
My concern
Man.
was not getting Williams and signing everything else and trying to draft Rashawn Slater if he's there and just trying to roll with the rookie left tackle.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down that path.
Now, if it were for me to do, this is where I would be. First of all, just because I need the money, I'm cutting ties with Rich Burke. When that June 1 hits, he's done.
What?
I'll take what I can get from him. Yeah, he's got to go. Ford, I have to play nice with him because here in April, he's going to have about $11 million, something of his salary guaranteed. I would try to find a way to, if I can't get rid of him. He's got this injury guarantee. He can't pass a physical. There's no way to get rid of him. I would be tempted to restructure his deal. Kind of placed in a corner with him. And if I have to restructure it and push it out to basically push that money down the road 2 or 3 years, so be it. But you need that money to be able to sign all the people you need to sign. And, I would probably be, first of all, I'm all out for Trent Williams. I'm looking for Verrett because I think he's really going to come less than I think people believe he's going to be. And Pittsburgh's Mike Hilton, I'm actually looking at him more so than I'm looking at Williams, than K1 Williams. I like the idea of him coming in here. I would probably, stick at center with the guys that have been here, with the exception of Richburg has to roll. I would probably draft one, third, fourth, fifth round, somewhere down in there, just a guy to groom and to have another body. I'm definitely trying to bring back Jones and Gibbons. And after that, I'm trying to make Hassan Reddick fit. I think that between him and Hilton, if I can get them both on this team, I think they move the needle for that defense. I really do. You can get them both. Because in the slot, he's basically a better cover guy than K1 Williams, and not as, not quite as sure a tackler, but not a bad tackler either. He's not Quan Alexander. He's not missing tackles left and right. But, that's the one thing about Williams. The guy being a few years younger, you can give him a longer term contract and feel comfortable with he's going to actually be here to play out the term of the contract, at least the guaranteed term of the contract. Where when you turn around and give it to Williams will be 30, I think, before the season starts. And, you turn around and give him 3-4 years. Who's to know that, that's usually where the cliff is, somewhere up in there. And I don't know that he's going to, go beyond a year or two. So I don't know if he's as good an option actually as Hilton. So that's where I would go if it was for me to do.
Yeah, I think out of that group, I think that's the one player that we're most likely to lose in that secondary is K'Wan Williams.
Yeah, likely to end up in New York.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a Jet. I know that they're heavily interested in him, so
they're interested in him. He's from there. Probably a good fit, unfortunately.
Yeah. And your situation, talking about the corner, and then possibly bringing back Jamar Taylor to be behind him, that'd be great.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't really bring up guys like when you talk about Taylor, you talk about these guys that are, if you're a restricted free agent or an exclusive rights free agent, I don't really think about those dudes. Those dudes are coming back if you want them. There's really no way out for them, and their contracts are stuck. That's why Taylor, if they want him, he's there. He's not going to cost much, and he's going to play for the number that he's going to get. They don't have to give him anymore. That's one of the unfortunate things about being a undrafted guys and stuff of that nature, because when it's time to hit you're a restricted free agent or you're an exclusive rights free agent, just depending on what year you're in, and they can control your salary pretty easily. Now, once you're done with, what is it, 3 years? I think once your 3 years are behind you, now you're in business.
Well, that was basically, the players that we've had to talk about. We've heard our output as far as what we would do. I kind of want to hear what Beto would do as far as his
Most definitely.
Well, we're definitely going to have to wait until Monday because we have reached our hour mark, and we're going to try to keep it within an hour. We went a little bit over, but because we have technical difficulties, we went a little bit over. But I was enjoying listening to both of you guys conversate with one another without a third person interfering. Great discussions, great perspective from each side. Eric has his what he sees the Niners, the direction the Niners could be going. Nate has his, and then I'll share mine Monday, and hopefully, if Florida Mike is available on Monday, me and him can give our perspective and continue on free agency. But tonight's topic was awesome, free agency, and we're gonna by Monday we'll definitely should have a little bit more things happen over the weekend that we can discuss. So we appreciate everybody watching and coming in tonight on Friday night. I appreciate having the Boston Hater on the phone. Unfortunately, again, we have technical difficulties, so he was not able to be on camera, but he was still able to contribute by phone. And we have Eric hosting tonight. Eric, you did a great job, brother. I appreciate you, man. And Tom, Kathy, and Roberto, everybody that stopped by tonight, thank you for your continued support to the N.W.A. Is there anything you guys want to say before we call it a night? I'll go ahead and give it to Boston Hater, and then I'll let Eric finish it.
No, not really. I'm just sitting my, like I said, I've got and I'm all into this free agency, and just looking forward to see what we're going to do, and hope I'm not extremely disappointed.
Yep. I hear you. Go ahead, Eric.
I think the show next Friday will be more correlated to where we sit. It'll be the aftermath of
too early.
Of
too early.
No, Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll worry about Friday.
Yeah.
Let's take care of Monday before we
Friday.
get over to Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, two.
Well, I'm playing
Yeah.
like free agency coming.
You know, it'll still be too early.
But yeah, just expect a lot more cuts and whatnot leading up until then. So
Definitely a lot of changes. Definitely a lot of changes are going to take place this week coming up, man. So look forward to Monday's broadcast and stay tuned because teams will be cutting players if they have not done already due to casualties of the cap being brought down. I think it should have been this year. Should have been about 209 if everything would have been as normal, and we're down to 180. 182 or anyway
182.5.
Yeah, 182.5, and that's about 30 million right there. That's a lot. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what teams let go, what players. We'll see what players are available for us to pick up. But I agree with both of you. But I do agree with Boston Hater in the perspective that I don't want Trent Williams, Verrett, and hopefully whether we sign a center or not, to be the only moves that we bring from the outside would be one center. Not even a top end center anymore. But hopefully the John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan can maneuver, not break the bank per se, but at least bring in some good, decent players that can definitely help the Niners going forward. But we'll have to wait and see. There's still a lot of it left. So we'll wait until Monday, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the N.W.A. Again, Monday at 7:15 Pacific Standard Time. We'll see you guys. Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your weekend. Eric, a pleasure like always. Thank you for hosting. Boston Hater, thank you for being on the phone line. We appreciate you guys. Until Monday, have a wonderful weekend. Peace.